Greetings to all of you across the globe. I noticed many familiar faces in our chat, and I appreciate you from various time zones reshaping your day in order to join us here. I might not be able to see the chat while I'm live here, but our producer extraordinaire, Mariana, will ensure that your questions do reach me. So let's get straight to the point here. We are here to discern if the Business Masterclass, BMC, is a right fit for you, and if you are a right fit for BMC. Understand this, getting into BMC isn't about your ability to strike a check. We don't need your money. We need your commitment. I am more interested in your heart and spine, your passion and courage than your wallet. We are looking for those who are serious about building a business of significance and are willing to do the hard work and follow through to make a big positive impact in our world. Our BMC alumni group is now more than 5,000 of the top CEOs and business leaders in the world, and we value this community. We protect this group. We don't want just anybody getting in. So this is about assessing if BMC is right for you and if you are right for us. Okay? Sound reasonable? And then to assist you in this process, I will share with you several of the smart decision-making frameworks that I've gathered up and used over the years to assess my own decisions and challenges and opportunities. So regardless of whether you join us at BMC or not, these frameworks that you'll walk away with will improve your decision-making skills and equip you with helping lead others in making better choices as well. But first, I think it's only fair that we clarify who exactly this Business Masterclass is designed for and why this upcoming session is more critical than any we've had before. A storm is brewing on the horizon and most are blind to the looming tsunami that's coming. First off though, let's talk about who the Business Masterclass is for. It's for two categories of people. Number one, business owners. And sadly, 66%, 2/3 of businesses crumble within their first few years, and 90% don't make it to the 10-year mark. And the threats and risk of failure are far greater today than they've ever been before. So you can have big dreams and clear goals and work really hard and still fail. Don't believe the insta gurus out there. You need more than hustle and hard work. You also need a deep understanding of what the hell you're doing, especially in these dynamics and ever-changing and challenging times. And this includes veteran business owners as well. As a matter of fact, maybe most especially veteran business owners. Why? Because the monopoly board has been shaken. The rules have changed, and a retraining is more important now than ever. Let's just say, what got you here to the success that you have now won't get you to the next stage, to where you want to go, without some radical adaptation and updated intelligence to match the challenges and complexities of the modern marketplace and the modern labor force. And yes, in the business category as well. This is also for those fresh out of the gate, startup beginning business owners. And I'll tell you what a freaking huge benefit and advantage this will be to you. Why? Because you don't have any legacy mindset about how things used to be. You have the opportunity to do it right the first time without the cost of doing it the long, hard, costly, and painful way the rest of us did. So business owners is the group, is group number one. The second group are business leaders working inside a growth-focused organization. Leaders who have revenue growth and team building responsibilities. So if your role is essential to driving sales, marketing, and strategic growth, if your role is essential to recruiting and cultivating top talent, if your role is essential to building a culture of high performance, then whether you are the owner or not, this is for you. In short, business owners and business leaders. If that is you, then this Business Masterclass is essential for you. We all need to face this reality. Your past achievements, your resume, your LinkedIn profile, your track record, it's all been rendered obsolete in this new world that we inhabit. Our post-pandemic economy marked by inflation, escalating interest rates, labor shortages, cybersecurity threats, globalization, political division, and the upheaval caused by artificial intelligence permeating every facet of our society. Speaking of which, let's discuss the pressing question, why now? On the horizon, as I mentioned, there is a storm a-brewing, a typhoon that will stir up a tsunami that will wallop through the business landscape. For some, this storm brings disaster. For others, opportunity, massive opportunity, in fact. As Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, told a crowd of students in Seoul, Korea, he said, "You are about to enter the greatest golden age, built on serious disruption. We are now in the calm before that disruption, before the storm. This is your last opportunity to either prepare or perish. AI, about to sweep through every industry, will integrate into every facet of our lives. AI is the new electricity. It will pervade everything we do, said the head of Google AI. I recently shared on Darren Daily that the launch of OpenAI's ChatGPT in November of 22 altered the tech landscape forever. With more than 100 million monthly users in 9 weeks, it became the most rapidly adopted consumer product in the history at the time. This achievement sounded the alarm bells throughout Silicon Valley. Big investors, huge companies in the United States and China quickly diverted tens of billions of dollars into R&D modeled on OpenAI's approach. More than $1 trillion of new investment is expected to pour into this space over the next couple of years. Everybody now knows it's the biggest technology gold rush in history. Tim Cook proclaimed Apple is building AI into every product that it's building. Amazon's CEO said every single team at Amazon is now working on AI. Big tech is going all in on AI, with nearly every single major tech company prioritizing AI. Now, here's what you need to know about all this, okay? Most of this frantic development is taking place behind the scenes still. The fruits of these labors will only start to hit the marketplace, the workforce, and society starting next year, causing a seismic shift. Google's CEO has predicted that AI will bring about a more profound change in human life than electricity or Promethean fire. Prometheus, of course, was the Greek titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to humans. And as Ethan Mollick, the Wharton professor, quipped, quote, "If you haven't lost 3 nights of sleep, you don't properly understand AI and what's going on," end quote. The tsunami hasn't yet made landfall. We are in that quiet before the storm. Whoever masters the superpower of AI will harness the superpower of our century. You will possess the fire of Prometheus, granting you dominion over your particular market segment. But here's the catch. This AI revolution is a winner-takes-all game. The businesses that dominate their market segments leveraging AI in the next few years will maintain that dominance. We are playing for keeps here. I hope that you're following me. You have to get this baseline understanding of AI now. This is why and where I can help you. I am focused on supporting the small to mid-sized business in this challenge and on this journey. You see, it's not just about understanding that AI is important. It's about knowing how to apply and leverage AI in your entire team's day-to-day operations, in communication, in sales, in marketing, in customer service, in training, in your internal systems, and knowing what works for small business, not a multinational corporation, which is what most of the news coverage and information articles are about. That's why and what I teach you inside the Business Masterclass. Then you get granted access into our AI Skunkworks portal, where I introduce you to all the AI tools applicable to small business and guide you on executing the sales, marketing, recruiting, team building, and leadership strategies using the superpowers of generative AI. There is nowhere else in the world where you can find this level of tailored and comprehensive guidance on what matters most to you as a small and mid-sized business right now as a business owner or leader. The results achievable using the BMC growth strategies that I'll give you, now combined with the correct AI execution tools, will blow your freaking mind. Any business, regardless of size, stage of experience, or what have you, can immediately use these tools to grow bigger, better, faster, easier. Not in the distant future, but immediately after the masterclass concludes. You'll learn how to achieve a lot more with less. That means growing your revenue while cutting costs, significantly increasing profits and your financial security. I'll tell you what. This is what should keep you up at night. The extraordinary growth and impact within your reach in this new golden age when you get Prometheus's fire handed to you. By now, you should understand that AI is not an optional extra, but a necessity. It is the key to exponential growth, providing an insurmountable lead over your competitors. And AI is not a threat to your business. The real threat is your competitors using AI before you do and better than you do. You see, I want you to get Prometheus's fire first. It's estimated that AI will create $15 trillion in economic value by 2030. 2030, that's soon. The time to stake your claim is now. The future of your business hangs in the balance. There will be two types of companies by the end of this decade: those utilizing AI and those out of business. So I am here with you today because I want to see you on the winning side of the line. My urgent message to you is this: now is the time for you to get smart on AI. Now is the time to learn how to use these tools. Now is the time to get your teams familiar with leveraging these tools. Now is the time to figure out how generative AI can impact your business, what efficiency gains and growth opportunities it makes available. And that is why I am putting on this business masterclass, to show you the way. I hope that you feel my urgent prodding on this. Trust me, I already know how profound this moment in time is. I'm just trying to help you with understanding it as well. Now, let me introduce you to the first decision-making framework. It's purposely simple, okay, to help you make the right decision and choice for you. It's called the belief framework. Because see, look, most decisions are really simple. It's only us who make them overly complicated. And it's usually because we are stalling or procrastinating due to mostly an unconscious fear. So the belief framework consists of you asking yourself three simple questions all around: what do I need to believe to be true in order for this to be a good decision? So here are the three questions. You probably want to write these down. Number one, do I believe in my business? Do we have a quality product or service? Does it deliver the results we promise? Are those results worth the price that we charge? Those questions determine if you have a true value proposition to bring to the marketplace. If you don't, then this masterclass is not for you. There's no point in learning how to position, market, and sell something bigger, faster, and easier if you don't have something worthwhile to sell. If you do, then you have what is called an economic machine, one where I can show you how to predictably stick $1 into it through effective sales and marketing, and based on the value it delivers, $3 to $5 in profit comes out the back end. Then, of course, your only challenge becomes, how can you feed dollar bills into the front of it faster and more efficiently so you can get that multiplied return coming out of it? The better you learn to do it, the more rich you and your family become. Here's the second question to ask yourself. Number two, do I believe in me? Do I believe I will follow the guidance if it's given? Do I believe I will follow through if given step-by-step instructions? Even if you failed to follow through in the past, ask yourself, do I believe I can get myself to follow through this time? If you believe you will follow through and you know you have a business that delivers value, then the only last thing you need to believe is this. Number three, do I believe in Darren? Do I believe Darren has anything to teach me? Does his example prove he has an idea or two that can make me money? If yes, then here's my proposition. You get a seat in our upcoming masterclass. You apply the strategies I give you into your valuable economic machine, and an extra $100,000 will come out the other end. $100,000 you wouldn't have had otherwise. That's a 10x return on your class fee. And look, if you only increase your profits by $100,000, you will have failed the class. Most grow by millions. Several have started from nearly zero and are now running multi-billion-dollar companies by what they learned at BMC. Think about it. $100,000 return minimum. And it's not just me saying this, okay? More than 5,000 alumni vouch for it. Over 5,000 CEOs and business leaders completed the masterclass, and their aggregate ratings are 9.8 stars out of 10, which is an insane reviews track record. You even get my guarantee in writing. You will be able to see at least a 3x ROI being visible by the end of only the first of 3 days together, or I will refund you completely. Your decision is as simple as that. If you have a viable business, and if you will follow through on what you learn, $100,000 return on your investment is your starting point. Now, to speak even more to the point of why you can believe me, here's what makes me different. I have done it. When publishing Success Magazine, I was approached constantly with one question: how can I get in Success Magazine? And my answer was always simple: go do something. Something other people want to do, but struggle to do. And go do it at an extraordinary level. Then come back and tell us how you did it so we can help others do it too. That's it. But first, you got to go do something extraordinary. Having had to curate this industry for 25 plus years, it actually pisses me off. People providing advice on things that they've never done themselves, on things they've never actually been in the trenches doing. Their quote unquote business has been teaching or preaching, not actually doing. I can tell you firsthand, 90% of everything out there in the personal and professional training space is garbage. Every week, I was sent 25 books of people who wanted to be featured in my magazine. These are professionally edited, packaged, and published books. 90% absolute garbage. And I think I'm being generous with the 10%. It's not just disheartening, it's dangerous. As Jim Rohn would say, there's nothing more expensive than bad advice. Seeing all this firsthand and being maddened by it, as you could probably see, it's one of the reasons why I started providing this training myself. You have to understand, I never wanted to be a speaker or author or advisor, mentor, or trainer. I'm an entrepreneur. I have been all my life. I've owned my own company since I was 18 years old. I broke the $1 million revenue mark with my first business at age 19. I sold my third company when it was generating $50 million annually at age 24. I've since built a dozen different businesses in wildly different industries. 5 of those companies broke the 8-figure mark. 99 businesses out of 100 never make it to the 8-figure mark, 10 million or more. I've done it 5 times. The probability of that is 0.001%. To do that requires a framework, one that can be repeated over and over. And once you have this framework, if you follow it, your chances of failure are reduced to 0.001%. I remember Michael Dell telling me, quote, "You don't have to be a genius or a visionary or even a college graduate to be successful. You just need a framework and a dream, backed by guts, gumption, and stick-to-itiveness." That is what I am offering you, the framework. You need to bring the dream, guts, gumption, and stick-to-itiveness. You see, and this is a very important point, I didn't start teaching this stuff until after I had done it, and done it at such an extraordinary level that I already had more financial abundance than I would ever need for the rest of my life. The point is, I didn't make my money by teaching others how to make money. I made it by doing it, by actually building successful companies. And then only after did I start passing along what I did to do so. I think you will find that resume and reality to be very different than most others out there. So be cautious of those you listen to. Even the company we operate here, Darren Hardy LLC, if you calculate using typical industry margins and EBITDA, we operate the equivalent of a $400 million company here, run not by hundreds and hundreds of employees, but by only 21 AT members. And we operate 100% virtually, with team members spread out all across the United States, Canada, Serbia, and Chile. How in the hell is that possible, you ask? A $400 million equivalent company run by 21 people, 100% virtual, distributed globally? Well, that is part of what you will learn at our business masterclass. I show you exactly how we operate our business and all that I learned from how the most successful and world-class companies operate. And most importantly, how you can do the same. It comes down to the right positioning, sales, marketing, recruiting, team building, and leadership, and having the right growth scalable systems in place. And I walk you all through that, okay? I compress decades into days. That is what is important to understand. You aren't paying for 3 days of training. You're gaining 34 years of cold and proven business practices, plus 25 years of me pulling the best from the most successful people in the world, distilling it and compressing it into 3 intensive days, organized into a learning framework, then followed up with a step-by-step instruction guide on how to implement it into your business and how to accelerate your growth leveraging the superpowers of generative AI. So, Mariana, if you would, please put the backdoor link with the special scholarship included into chat. So those of you that are listening, if you get it and you're ready to step up, go grab your seat in the next masterclass. You cannot wait. The timing of this one in particular is critical. Okay, I'll start tackling your questions. All right, see what we have here, Mariana. Okay, number 1 here. I don't know if I or my business is ready. How do I know for sure? Okay, let's see. Where'd I go? Okay. Well, look, I'll tell you what, if you are new and uncertain of what to do, that's perfect. In fact, you actually have an advantage. Why? Because you don't have bad habits and false training. You can follow the steps without question. So what you think is a weakness or limitation is a strength and advantage, and one that you learn quickly. One thing you learn quickly about entrepreneurship and growing a business and leading change of any type is you're never quote unquote ready. Entrepreneurship, leadership, it's about stepping forward in the unknown before you're ready. And I'll give you advice a mentor gave me. He said, you want to invest in your future self, not your current self. To get to where you aren't currently, you have to become what you aren't currently. He said you have to grow into your goals. So you want to invest at the level of the business you want to grow into, not at the level of the one you have now. He said that is what will build a bridge to that future reality. And let me speak to something here really quick. Know that it's okay if you're a little nervous. I felt that way myself along my journey as well. And many of the now alumni of the Business Masterclass felt like they would be a little out of their element before they came as well. They too thought maybe they or their business wasn't ready or didn't qualify. But then they attended and they rose up to meet the level of the rest of the group. And that is what it is that you want. As my mentor, Jim Rohn, would say to me, he said, don't join an easy crowd. Go where the expectations are high. The challenge is great and the demands are many, because that's where the victory is sweet. It is precisely because of this challenge that I was that the best was brought out of them. The very act of acting, in spite of being a little uncomfortable, that was part of their great growth. Hey, look. The time to get a map is before you go wandering out into the woods. It is much better to know how to do it right before you have to do it than figure out how to do it right by doing it wrong. You do not have to learn by trial, error, fire, and brimstone. That is just not smart, particularly since you are getting the opportunity to be handed the step-by-step manual on how to do it right the first time. Man, oh man, I would have paid 100 times the attendance fee to not have made the mistakes that I made in doing this wrong before. I can tell you, it certainly cost me way more than 100 times our entry fee in real bottom line cash and opportunity costs. And even for the veteran business builders amongst us, with what you will learn, the renewed fire about your business that you'll feel again, the focus that you'll gain, it'll help you remove constraints, eliminate some complexity, simplify your systems, and give you clarity on your priorities. Contrary to what you might think, it won't be about adding more. It'll be about stripping away many of the things that are bogging you down and focusing on a few vital factors that will give you big breakthroughs. And here's the thing everybody needs to be aware of. For the first time in history, nobody knows what the next 10 years will be like. People through time could learn how to live through their elders. The basic structure of life didn't change that much. Now we have no freaking idea what the job market will look like in 10 years. We have no idea what skills will be needed in 10 years. That means the most important skill will be the ability to keep learning and changing throughout your life. You will need to reinvent yourself and your business continually. And it starts right now. Life used to be like building a house on a fixed foundation with immovable stones. Now it's like a pop-up tent, one you might need to continually tear down, move, and rebuild elsewhere, and quickly. That is why I am continually evolving these business masterclasses to give you exactly what you need given the new terrain that we're encountering along the way. It's also why our alumni keep coming back over and over and over again. A large percentage have been 2, 3, 4, many 5 and 6, some 8 and 9 times. Anyway, if you are ready, use the URL Mariana put into chat. And when you get to that page, you'll notice that not only am I including $25,000 worth of added gifts for those joining us at this next BMC, and because you showed up here with me now, proof that you're taking this decision seriously, I'm also going to contribute $2,000 towards your enrollment, pulled from our Hero Fund, okay? You could just consider it an investment in our relationship and in your bigger, brighter future. If you go to our main enrollment page, you'll notice that that's not offered otherwise, okay? That's just for you, just for being here right now. So be sure to use the link that Mariana put into chat, not the regular one that is out there in the public. Now, Jim would say, indecision is the greatest thief of opportunity. So take the bold step to pursue the best of what you were meant to become. And I can help you. Look, I know that success can be hard if you are in it alone, but you are not in it alone. Not anymore. I will be there to help you all along the way. And you become a welcomed member of our global network of influencers and leaders. You instantly gain a Rolodex of 5,000 plus peers and like-minded allies. You'll never lack for connections, contacts, access to cutting edge resources to help you keep your advantage in the marketplace again. All that should bring you a whole ton of comfort. Okay, let me look at the next question Mariana sent me. Okay, I am not the business owner. I don't know if this is really for me. Okay, well, 2 questions. Number 1, do you want to be? If so, this is for you. Or number 2, are you a leader inside a company that is responsible for driving revenue growth and building a high-performance culture for your team? If so, this is for you. Zach Holmes is a perfect example, okay? What is he, 4 or 5-time BMC alumni now? Zach was a mere sales rep in a medical device company when he attended his first business masterclass. And then based on the wild success improvement that he showed coming out of it, he then was promoted to leadership. Then he came to another BMC, grew the company some more, and was promoted to CEO of the entire company. Zach then attended another BMC, followed the instructions that he was given, and he 2x'd the company's previous best year ever record. He came to another BMC. He's I think that's 4 times BMC alumni now. And then the next year, he 2x'd his previous 2x'd best year ever revenue from the year prior. All in all, he turned $40,000 investment to attend 4 BMCs into $5 million in added revenue and growth. How's that for a hell of an ROI, right? And his latest report to me was he just reached his first month where he cleared $1 million in revenue in a single month, putting them on a run rate of now becoming an 8-figure annual revenue company. So yeah, if you are not a business owner or don't want to be one or are not accountable for building revenue or culture internally, then know that this is not for you. Okay. Next question. All right, let's see. Are the strategies taught applicable to all industries or more specific ones? I operate in a unique industry. Would I be able to apply what I learned to my specific situation? Okay, look, while you are a special snowflake and wonderfully special as a unique creature, your problems are not unique, nor is your business. There are universal principles that always work for all businesses. Richard Branson told me personally, he said, quote, once you create a success of one business, you can create a success in many more by following the same set of principles. You only need to know what those principles are. And I've spent a career collecting, testing, and proving which principles work for the small to mid-sized business. And I just hand them over to you in this masterclass. And what every business deals with is humans. And humans are the same in a B2C or a B2B company, in the cubicles of big corporations and inside small businesses, and inside for-profit company organizations and nonprofits. The same human animal exists in all of them. So one thing that is constant and predictable is human psychology. It undergirds everything. What you learn at BMC is what drives that psychology to respond, to buy more often, to refer others, and to champion your cause. In fact, one of the bonus sessions that I give you as a gift, you'll see that on the enrollment page from that URL, is a private session specifically on persuasive communication. It's a $5,000 training by itself, and it cannot be purchased on its own, and it is not made available anywhere else, only as a gift with your BMC seat. This is the proprietary framework that I use in crafting messages and presentations, and it teaches you how to get into the head, heart, and gut of your target audience and move them into action. You'll use this not only to convert way more clients, but also recruit top talent, win over investors, key suppliers, and promotional partners, and maybe even better persuade your kids to finish their homework or pick up their room. Hey, how much would you pay for that, right? I have used this persuasion and influence framework to impact the lives of more than 1 billion people. If not for this framework, that would not have been possible, and generate billions of dollars in revenue. I not only give you the entire formula in our AI Skunkworks portal, I give you the exact prompts to use so that generative AI can deliver you all the copy, communication, and direct response campaigns for you. The persuasive communication bonus alone is worth the entire price of admission into BMC. And I'm telling you, that is not hyperbole. That is a fact, verifiable by my banker. For those of you registering for BMC from here, I'm including that $5,000 training program as an added gift, along with a few other things that you'll see on the enrollment page to support you further. I believe every influencer, every leader of consequence, every parent included, needs to learn these persuasive communication frameworks to mobilize people into action around a shared mission and worthy goals. That's why I'm adding it as a free gift for you. By the way, while I'm at it, let me further explain another gift that I'm giving you, because I know the necessity of it and the impact that it can have on your results coming out of BMC. I'm also giving you another special training session called Shock and Awe, okay? This framework outlines step for step my entire planning and execution process for launching new projects, new products, and new businesses. This is what has been my magic sauce. This is what I've used to launch new books. It's how I sold more than 100,000 copies of my book, The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, the first 2 weeks that it was released. When, get this, most best-selling books don't ever sell 5,000 to 10,000 copies ever. And it's what I use to launch new products. The last new product that we launched using this Shock and Awe framework, we generated $4.2 million on day one of the launch. And most products in my industries never do $1 million in revenue ever. Then we did another 11 million more the next 45 days, and it continues to compound from there. And I only tell you those results to document the power of knowing and using this Shock and Awe campaign framework. It's something that I've spent my entire career tweaking and perfecting. Every business can use this framework. This is another $5,000 recorded training, but it's really priceless based on what it can deliver in terms of results and revenue. By the way, you also get lifetime access to both of those exclusive trainings outside our 3-day business masterclass together. Mariana can provide you with the enrollment page where those added gifts are included. Okay, let me see what other questions were sent me. I already did that one. Okay, can you give me more details about the agenda and what to expect at the business masterclass? Okay, so first, let me be clear about what this is not. It's not a personal development seminar. This is about building a high-performance, high-growth, high-impact business. This is an intensive, fast-paced, laser-focused business enterprise building workshop focused only on profit-producing strategies and breakthroughs. This is serious training for those who are serious about building a business of consequence. There will be no dancing, no Zoom yoga, no jumping up and down or firewalking. There are no closed-eyed meditations or chanting or child regressions or other fluffy BS I cannot stand at events. This is not what this is. There's no problem if you're into that kind of stuff, okay? There will just be none of it here. This is a no fat, no fluff, no BS. If you are a time-conscious high achiever, you're gonna love this, okay? That's how you collapse decades of work into a few days of discovery. It is only in this business masterclass that I can divulge my body of work from over 25 years of having had unprecedented access to the personal lives and strategy playbooks of those who've risen to become the captains of industry and prime impact makers of our modern era. This is where you will learn how to position and scale an organization to become a dominant player in any market. Over the course of these 3 days, I lay out for you what organizations have paid me more than $1 million to have me consult and advise them on, a 6-figure retainer and a percentage of growth profits. All of that is squeezed into these 3 days. And you don't have to pay me the 6-figure retainer or a percentage of your profits. Because of this live virtual delivery environment, it allows us to work together for a fraction of what it used to cost to deliver this in the past. Oh, also, there's no circus parade of other speakers, people you wouldn't walk across the street to listen to or even sit through their YouTube video, but all of a sudden you're subject to after paying your money to attend an event. I freaking hate that. This business masterclass is just you and me, start to finish, and the other business leaders selected to be part of this special class, 100% of the way, all the way through. We are live together from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. That's 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern for 3 days straight. And you'll see all the specific dates on the registration page. And don't worry if you are in a distant time zone. We have had hundreds of attendees from all over the globe attend both live and via our extended post-event 96-hour recording access, okay? So specifically, the first 2 days are focused on sales and marketing breakthrough ideas, new strategies to multiply new leads, conversions, and increased revenue, market dominance positioning, branding and influence strategies to make you the envied market authority in your space, attracting rabid client advocates, specific psychological methods to build a cult-like tribe of loyal client advocates. And then the third day is a deep dive into recruiting and leading your A-team. I will give you and walk you through the recruiting system to recruit, retain, and drive high-performance results from top talent. Building a culture of growth and consistent high performance. How to provoke a growth mindset and indoctrinate an expectation of excellence. And then installing scalable hyper-growth systems, the productivity, communication, collaboration systems needed to radically accelerate your growth safely and sustainably. With your step-by-step plan in hand. I should also show you this cool thing. Okay, this is your beautiful handbook that you were given. Looks like a Louboutin shoe, beautifully appointed. You get this beautiful handbook as a gift. Along with this, you get a digital toolkit with all of the tools that we discussed throughout the masterclass. You get all your vital dashboard systems, direct electronic links to them so that you can set them up for yourself individually, and access to our AI Skunkworks. And equipped with all of this in hand, you'll gain the confidence and certainty that you need to build a valuable business legacy asset and make a big positive impact in your community. Think superhero with a briefcase. Remember, if you decide not to join us and give yourself these advantages, you risk remaining vulnerable to the shifting economic tides, technology disruptions, and never-ending competitive threats. Risk that can put you out of business, as it does for more than 90% of businesses who don't have this knowledge and access to these strategies. Just think about who would get hurt if your business were to close its doors forever. Those are the things that keep me up at night. How about you? I can help you mitigate all those risks and, again, gain those advantages. But the choice is yours, okay? If it sounds good to you, get registered before we end here. Okay. Next question. Let's see. I'm concerned about the virtual experience and sitting in front of a screen for 8 hours a day for 3 days. Okay. So says the guy who watches football Saturday through Monday Night Football for 3 days straight, or binge watches Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. But hey, look, I get it. I had the same reservations about virtual events before I attended one myself. So also did many of our alumni who'd been with us for one of the 30 plus events that we did before we were forced to all go virtual. But now we all have the opposite viewpoint. First of all, they report that the learning experience in the virtual environment is way better. You always have the best seat in the house, up close and personal. Plus, not having to pack a bag, schlep it on planes, trains, and Ubers, travel across the country, or in many cases across the world, only to sit in a cold, cramped ballroom full of strangers where you mostly spend the day, ironically, looking at a Jumbotron screen the whole time anyway. You'll have to take my word for it. Until you experience it for yourself, it is freaking fantastic. And a double plus is pants are optional, as long as you keep your camera focused on the waist up. Okay, next one. Will there be any networking opportunities with the other global leaders attending this class? How are these facilitated in the virtual setting? All right, okay, perfect. Next question. Well done, Mariana. Yes, the networking in the virtual experience is awesome. Way better than at a physical event. Instead of the normal awkward and inane social chit chat, typical of uncomfortable hallway or bathroom or lunchroom idle talk, in the virtual environment, people are way more comfortable and used to just getting right to the point, to jump right into exchanging ideas, resources, and valuable contacts, right? Chit chat is at a minimum and productive conversation is at a maximum. So to an obsessive, value per minute focused introvert like me, this is a godsend. You pop into a virtual room and bam, you are immediately engaged in productive dialogue. And if one room is meh, with one click, bam, you're out of there, no awkward goodbyes, and no one gets butt hurt. And you're immediately put into another room where the gold might be flowing. So we have special networking rooms set up around the live event, before, after, and during lunch, etc. And in the wrap-up sections of the live event. And With Mariana's magical push of a button, you're teleported Star Trek style into a quick huddle group of 8 to 10 to exchange your best takeaways and meet other badasses that are on the journey with you. And this is an excellent opportunity to build a robust network that can lead to fruitful collaborations and your expanded associations. And then afterwards, you are welcomed into the 5,000 plus strong BMC alumni group where you can continue to collaborate with the best of the best. Basically, the business Avengers of sorts. Okay. All right. I'll take one last question here and then give you one last strategic decision-making framework to consider. Okay, here we go. Is there a structure to help me implement the strategies I will learn? Is there guidance on how to apply the strategies to my specific business? Okay, absolutely. The masterclass is designed not just for learning, but for application and execution. And you are given the tools and systems to be able to do so, including access into our AI skunkworks. So you and your team have the step-by-step instructions to follow it through. Think of it as having your very own Iron Man suit minus the flying bit. Then here's the thing. If you go it alone, you not only don't have access to the strategies proven to produce the most successful companies in the world, but you have to develop all these tools and systems on your own, all these resources from scratch. If you work with us, I give you those resources. The resources that took me tens of millions of dollars and millions of air miles to accumulate and so many bags of tiny airplane peanuts and decades of time to prove positive. So you don't have to figure it out all on your own. And I will be there alongside you. I'll tell you what, my team's going to kick my ass. They are not set up to manage this logistically, so they'll just have to do this manually. Okay. But I really want to do something crazy for you right now. Since you showed up on this session, and since you're still with me now, don't tell anybody who didn't show up or who dropped off early. The best way for you to get ongoing access to me and to the other extraordinary leaders in our community is to be a member of the Hardy Club. It is in the clubhouse where we meet, discuss, and exchange new ideas every day, minus the secret handshake. We're still working on that one. An annual access pass to this private club is $4,000, $3,950, and that is exactly what thousands of our existing members paid for their annual access pass. So I'll tell you what, if you register for your seat right now for our next BMC using Mariana's magical link, I will buy your annual access pass into the Hardy Club. I will pay for it as an added gift. If you're already a Hardy Club member, I will extend it a year as my gift. Okay? That is a $4,000 gift. Now, why? Why would I give you such a gift? Because I genuinely care about your success long after the Business Masterclass ends. I want to ensure that you have ongoing support long after the class is complete. I want you to be able to collaborate with me and the other extraordinary leaders who are part of the club to help you apply these ideas and turn them into big financial results. I have never paid for somebody's annual pass before. Not even for my friends, not for members of my family, or even 8-time elite members, or granted it as a gift ever. But I know the tumultuous future that we're headed into, one where many will perish and some will experience unfathomable prosperity. And I want to help guide you through it and help you experience the latter. I can, if you will let me. You won't find this gift offered anywhere else. You have to use the link that Mariana is giving you, as my team will have to track it and process your gift membership manually. So your golden ticket, aka Access Pass, will start after the Business Masterclass concludes, the same as your access to our AI Skunkworks portal. So I hope that this gesture underscores just how much I want to be your Yoda to your Luke, or Gandalf to your Frodo on this business adventure. And as we wrap up, I want to give you one last decision-making framework that I think can serve you the rest of your life. This has been one of the most helpful frameworks in guiding my growth decisions as well. I call it the 2 paths framework. Right now, you are on one path, and it's headed in the general direction of your goals. And then you're presented with a second path, an alternate route, and you have a decision to make. Continue your current course or take this alternate path. A conundrum. The question to ask is, which path will advance your progress to your goals farther, faster, and easier? Let's say that you want to have a thriving company, one that makes your family absolutely financially free and secure. One that allows you to get your family into that dream neighborhood that you've always wanted to be in. One that will fill your kids and grandkids college funds so they're set. Sounds like a wonderful goal, right? So now you're presented with an alternate path, this business masterclass. And now you have a decision to make. The question to ask yourself is this: will this new path advance my progress towards my goals farther, faster, and easier than just staying on the path I'm on? This is why this decision framework is invaluable. You see, you don't have to see how it will fulfill your every end goal. It doesn't have to be the complete transformational, game-changing outcome. It just has to be an accelerator. You only have to see how it will advance your progress further, faster, and easier. You see, when I decide whether to invest 6 to 8 hours to read a book or to go to a seminar and take a day, 2 or 3 aside, I don't have to determine if it will solve all my problems or fulfill all my end goals. Instead, I consider whether the book or the seminar might hold a single idea that could expedite my journey just a little bit towards my goals, taking me a few steps further than I would have reached without it. Can 6 to 8 hours buy me a few steps forward? And sometimes maybe even you get a leap. So ask yourself, would spending 3 typical workdays continuing on your current path or attending the business masterclass get you closer to your goals farther, faster, and easier? Nothing has to be the end all be all. It just has to advance your progress faster than the path you're on. If your goals are worth it, then it's an absolute no-brainer. Let me share a personal instance where I employed this decision-making framework, and thank goodness that I did, okay? I received an invite to something called the Titan Summit. It was an unpublicized, invitation-only event held on Stanford University's campus. And the attendance fee was $100,000, with the proceeds going to support a charity. The description of what the content was going to be was not very explicit, so I questioned whether it was going to be worth it to me. Could I get an ROI on that kind of investment? I almost declined. Then I asked myself the 2 paths question. Which path will advance my progress to my goals farther, faster, and easier? Not going or going? And based on the value of my goals, how much is it worth to get a little further, faster, and easier? It made the choice obvious, and I went. And thank goodness I did. What's fascinating is, while the content was interesting, it was the fact that I met one person who said one thing to me, something I applied directly into my business when I returned. And that one thing, no joke here, has been worth millions of dollars in added revenue and results in our enterprise. And that one relationship has been meaningful to me on an ongoing basis since. So, you have goals, right? Well, you can stay on the path you're on, keep doing what it is you're doing now, and keep getting the same pace of progress you are now. Or you could spend 3 days with me and become a lifetime alumni of a global union of 5,000 plus extraordinary leaders. Which path will advance your progress farther, faster, and easier? That is the only calculus that you need to make. Understand that every decision you make is a vote towards or against the person you want to become. And so the question is, are the decisions you're making a vote towards the person you want to become, or just more of the same? People ask me all the time, how did I advance so quickly on my success trajectory? The answer is, I bought time. I bought the time other people took to make mistakes that taught them lessons. I bought the experience and maps from others who already made it to the destination I was venturing on. That shortened my learning curve. It collapsed the time it took for me to achieve the same. It advanced my progress further, faster, and easier. That's all. And that is what I'm offering you. You can collapse time. You could be handed the map of where you want to go. And with it, you could advance your progress further, faster, and easier. But the choice is yours. You are free to accept it or refuse it. And my last appeal to you is this. Don't just choose for you. Choose for your team who are looking to you. Choose for your clients who are counting on you. Choose for your family who are relying on you. If you won't do it for you, if you don't think that you are worthy, ready, or whatever, do it for them. Do it for all those who look to you for guidance, for hope, for security. These are the most exciting times in the history of our humanity to be alive. As Sam Altman said, You're about to enter the greatest golden age, built on pretty serious disruption. So, seize the day. And for those who choose to join us, I can't wait to help you forge an extraordinary future together. With me in your corner and a network of global leaders at your disposal, we can achieve greatness together.